You went into debt for your wedding?
Yes, I did. So what we did at my wedding was we had like an indoor and outdoor wedding. So people could go to cocktail hour. But something that I was like completely obsessed with at the time was this silent disco.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it ended up being really awesome, but I mean, it just was so more expensive than I ever could have thought that it could have been. Like I had to hire another DJ and rent out a dance floor, and then I needed to buy more lights, and there was a rental for the headphones that everybody had to wear, and
Oh, wow.
it was just like thousands and thousands of dollars, and I just had no clue that it was going to be that expensive.
Did people like it? I mean, was it a big hit?
Was it worth it?
Yeah, I mean, was people silent discoing?
I mean, it was not as big of a hit as I thought it was going to be, or I guess as I wanted it to be. People had a good time, but not as many people, were into it as I was,
Sure.
Which was disappointing. And it, especially with how expensive it was, I don't think really that it was worth it. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I didn't think of that, but I mean, it makes perfect sense. You got to get a DJ. You have to rent all the stuff. That is pretty expensive for something that people weren't really into. That wasn't the main focal point of the night.
So were people on the regular dance floor instead? Or I don't know if you had a dancing crowd or not.
Yeah, it was kind of a mix of both. I think people were kind of more into the traditional, like, indoor dance floor type of thing.
Shout out to that DJ then.
You must did a good job.
If I'm your wedding DJ and I show up and you got a silent DJ outside on the back patio or whatever, I'm kind of annoyed.
Are you? That you have to compete for dances?
Right. I'm like, I'm better than him.
I didn't think of that.
I want the traditional, personally. And that's because I'm a DJ. But
well, but you don't know if the guy outside's killing it because it's silent. You wouldn't know.
True.
You wouldn't know unless you put the headphones.
Well, no, you can judge by the amount of people on that dance floor and if they're actually dancing or,
True.
You can look at them and tell whether his music slaps.
I've only ever been to a silent disco when I'm on vacation, and every time I think it's the most strange experience of my life.
I've always wanted to do one.
Oh, they're great. I've
Really?
done them a bunch of times, yeah. I like sometimes you can have like different channels, so everyone's kind of listening to whatever
That's
they
what
want
I saw.
to. Yeah.
The headphones would light up different colors depending on which. So I went to one place, there was like a red booth DJ and a blue booth DJ, and then some people had red headphones, and then they could switch over and it would turn blue depending on which channel they were doing.
Oh, so everybody looks like they're dancing off beat.
Right. Yes. And then you'll have the constant, it's AC/DC.
Yeah.
Scream. And then the other person's like, Britney Spears. And you're like, oh, okay.
Or you just coyly like go up to the people who have the same color on as you and try to dance with them and make them feel weird. I do that a lot. I don't say anything and just like,
yeah, we're into this.
yeah.
We're having fun, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'd love to experience that. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you, McKenna, but yeah.
So as a good rule of thumb, McKenna, are you saying don't go in debt for the wedding? Is that what you're advising?
Yes, I would totally advise that.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope you have a good evening. It's the Roy and Freddy Mac Show.